G'day. This is Charlie. I'm coming to you today with topic number 255 in your daily dose of business tech inspiration. How to choose the right website themes or templates. Let's start with some of the basics on that though, shall we? For those of you that have just joined me, I do a lot of these topics. So sometimes I'm going to refer you back to some of my original podcasts. Sometimes I will fill in some gaps. And this is one of the gaps that I need to fill in at the moment. What is a theme? What is a template? Why are they important? Let's start with that set of basics first of all. When you look at a website and you see the way the colors are, you see the fonts that they're using, you see the sizes of the fonts, you see consistency in font sizes across headings and body text, in the fonts that are being used in the headings and the body text. When you see how images are laid out and frames that are put around them and how they're displayed on the page, the colors that are used, the way content is just laid out on the page, that is all set by a theme. The theme is your colors, your fonts, the way images are framed, all of that stuff. It's the look and feel of a site. A template digs down on that, and you can have a page template, a template where content for a standard page is laid out. A template could be, this is a 2-column page, and this is how a 2-column page is laid out. A template could be, this is a post or an article page, and this is how a post or an article is laid out. So the theme sets the look and feel. The template delivers that, essentially. That kind of simplifies it, but it gives you a pretty good understanding, I hope, of what it does. When you are building a website, the way you build that website will likely allow you to choose a theme that you can apply to the website that then provides templates for each of those different ways of delivering the content. I am speaking specifically to WordPress here because that's where I do most of my work. But Wix, Squarespace, what's the other one? Shopify. They've all got themes that you can apply to your websites. Those themes all have templates for the different pages and types of content you're trying to deliver. If you're building a bespoke, I love that word, bespoke website, or you're doing a hand-coded, custom-built website, that's what bespoke means, you should also have a theme and templates created for you. Or you should be able to create themes and templates. Now, your theme is set specifically by your brand guide or your brand book. If you are just starting out and you haven't got the funds to create yourself a brand guide or have someone create a brand guide or a brand book for you, I highly recommend taking a few minutes, getting up a text document or a Word document and writing out how things look on a page to you. Write out, what are your colors? Get the hex codes or the RGB codes for the colors that you want to use. Have those as standard. So when you go to a page and you're going to apply a color to a page, you're not saying, oh, what color did I use? Oh, that blue looks close enough. I'll use that blue. You know that it is exactly that shade of blue that you used. It's that shade of green that you used. It's that shade of red that you used. Really important to set your brand book up. So your brand book will cover your basic brand book. If you're going to just create this for yourself, will cover your colors, the fonts that you use. Do you have a heading font? Do you have a body font? Do you have a call out, a quote font? They're 3 that I can think of. I've got a whole sort of guideline around how many fonts you should be using on your website and stuff, but I'm not going to go into those today. But what fonts do you use? What colors are the fonts? When do you bold things? When do you italics things? Do you have frames that you use around your images? What size images do you want to show on your pages? Just even if you just have those as little notes in a document that you can refer back to, it's going to save you a whole heap of time and effort later on. And it's also going to help you with the things that I'm sharing here today. So let's talk about what you need to think about when you're choosing a theme or a template for your website. Now, before I get to that, I just also want to say that I am a big proponent of, if this isn't your bailiwick, if you are not au fait with doing this sort of thing and you need to be out working on / in your business to deliver what it is your business is doing, don't waste your time doing these sorts of things. Get yourself someone like myself, like another developer, someone who can work alongside you that isn't going to charge you a heap of money to get this sort of thing done for you. Having someone else do this for you rather than you having to learn it all and understand all the intricacies of it is going to be far better for your business than it is doing it yourself. The caveat I have on that is understanding these things is going to allow you to ask the right questions of anyone that you want to bring on to partner with you. If you want to sort of go more into that, feel free to reach out. I'm really happy to discuss my thoughts on that. This comes from years of me trying to do things that I shouldn't be doing myself and going, you know what, I'm just going to get someone to do it. And they do it so much quicker and it's so less stressful. Back to themes and templates though. One of the things that you do need to think about when you're looking at a theme or a theme for your website and the templates that that theme provides is that it should reflect your brand identity. Now, I'm going to refer that one back to the fact that I just said, make sure you've got your brand guide or your brand book written, even if it's a makeshift one that you've done for yourself. By having that and having a theme that looks and delivers content in the way that matches your brand identity, it's going to be so much easier for you. And honestly, people are going to look at it and go, oh, that's so-and-so's website. I recognize the way things lay out there. The second thing is make sure it's mobile responsive. I did do a podcast on why mobile responsiveness mobile responsiveness was important to a website. I still, to this day, will log into a website that has just been built and find that it isn't particularly mobile responsive. It doesn't do what it needs to do to make it work well on a mobile. So please, if you're going to choose a pre-built or purchase a theme for your website or purchase templates for your website, make sure they've got mobile responsiveness in them. Make sure that they will actually work on a mobile device the way you want them to. Really important. My note here says a significant portion of traffic comes from mobile devices. I'm going to say it's a majority these days. Most of the times I get people saying it doesn't look right on my mobile. I'm like, why? Oh, yeah, that's right. We all work on our mobiles these days. My next note here is about making sure that customization is flexible and that you as the business owner can customize colors, fonts, layouts to meet the specific needs without extensive coding knowledge. Yes and no. The templates are going to go an awful long way to giving you that flexibility yourself. If you are using page builders, and again, specifically for WordPress, because that's where I work a lot, but page builders within WordPress will allow you to do a lot of that customization through point and click. We get your point and click and your visual editors. Some others won't allow you to do that, and there are some themes that you need to actually get into and change, like the style sheets and stuff. They're becoming fewer and fewer these days as things move more to the WYSIWYG, the what you see is what you get editors. But I am also going to say that as a business owner, once you have your theme and your colors and your layout set, you really shouldn't be messing around so much with that. If it comes down to, I think I need a new layout, and you're not certain on what you're doing, get yourself some help. Honestly, you will save yourself time, energy, stress, and money in the long run. No, it doesn't seem like you will, but you will. But yes, having the flexibility that when you go in, you can actually say, I don't want that to be a green heading today. I want it to be a red heading. Yeah, you need to be able to do that. User experience. Make sure that, oh yes, absolutely. There are some beautiful themes out there. Beautiful. You go and you look at them. And then when you actually sit down and say, well, let me go through this as someone who would be using this, you can't find anything. The menus are hard to use. It's really hard to customize menus. Things aren't where they should be on the page. So make sure that when you're looking at a theme, particularly if you're going to buy one, look at it from the point of view of your customer. And if you aren't in a place where you can actually do that yourself, like look at it as a customer, have someone that you trust, that you know is a customer or would be a customer, go through it with you and say, no, this isn't good, or yeah, this is great, I love this. The next one was the page load speed. This is probably one of the biggest nightmares I have, is people go and buy themes that go with page builders, or they go and buy a theme from one of the theme marketplaces, and they put it on and they come to me, they go, my site is so slow. And then when I get in, I'm like, yeah, it is. They're loading all of these scripts that they don't need all the time. They need this script to run here and only here. So this is when we should be running it. They're loading all these scripts. They've got all these images loading and all these elements loading that don't need to be loading. Honestly, the coding is pretty substandard, which is also going to affect your page load speed. You really, that's got to be one of the biggest things I see, actually. And page load speed is really important. So if you're not certain, reach out and ask someone what they think of it. Ask someone, a professional, what they think of it, because it will impact your website, and it is one of the hardest things to fix once we get into it, because once the coding is there and everything is so intertwined, pulling it apart, working out what was in someone else's mind and trying to improve on it is difficult, because not only do I have to get into someone else's mind about why did they do it this way, then I have to work out the best way of unentangling it without impacting what is currently being done. The final thing is make sure that there is compatibility with other plugins and other add-ons and other things that you might want to do. I have had a couple of themes that have been purchased where it's like, no, you can't add that. That won't work. That will just crash the thing. That will just crash the website, because these two are not compatible. So you really want to make sure that you've got a nice lightweight, meaning it's got, the coding is slick. There's not many scripts being loaded, or the scripts are being loaded in an appropriate fashion, that it is compatible, that it doesn't lock you down to only using a certain number of plugins that they then want to charge you for, or are really quite clunky. Make sure that it is mobile responsive. Make sure that you've got a level of customization available to you for when you want to go and change your content on your own. And make sure that overall it supports your brand identity, and your brand identity can be maintained for a long time. Okay, that was a lot of words. I'm sure there was a lot of jargon in there too, and I'm sorry if there was and I missed it and I didn't explain it. I do try not to do that. I would love your thoughts. If you do have any questions, please leave comments here, wherever you are listening to or watching this video. Listening to the video. I publish on video everywhere, basically, and sometimes it just gets converted to audio. Leave some comments. You can come across to my website and start a website chat. You can join my locals community, askcharlyleetham.locals.com. We'd love to have you there to join the conversation. You can DM me on any social media platform that I'm on. I'm on most of them. We will respond pretty quickly. We try to respond pretty quickly. Sometimes we miss it, so please forgive us if we do. And let me know what you think. Let me know if I said anything that you disagree with. Let me know if I've said anything that is confusing, if I use some jargon there that I shouldn't be using, that has confused you on it, or has not made it particularly clear. How's that? Let's go with that one. Tomorrow, we're going to be talking about the role of e-commerce in expanding your business online. I'm really kind of looking forward to doing that one. In the meantime, guys, have a fantastic day. And please, if you can, like this video, subscribe to my channel, ring the notification bell so you find out when I drop more content. And I will see you all tomorrow. Bye.